This is going to blow your mind. Hey folks, I'm Maslin Bloor from LinsFood.com and SingaporeanMalaysianRecipe.com, where today's recipe is going to be at. It is one of my favorite party recipes. It's an Italian and Malay fusion dish. Oh, Nyonya. This is Laksa Risotto. Risotto made with the flavors of a much loved Southeast Asian noodle dish. So you guys know risotto, obviously. It's an Italian classic, and laksa is a Singaporean and Malaysian classic, although you will find similar dishes around the region. Risotto is a very easy recipe to master. I have been teaching risotto for a long time. You'll find quite a few risotto recipes, or risotti, which is the plural, on linsfood.com. Just click the link. I'll also provide it to you below the video. So if you want to learn more about risotto, how it came about, the science, the sort of pans you should use, the stock to stir or not to stir, etc., head on over to that link. But we are going to get straight into the recipe and you'll see just how easy it is. Let's get to it. This is what we'll be doing. Make the spice paste from scratch, and then we'll get on with cooking our laksa risotto. So the first thing we do is cut our red chillies, soak them in hot water for 15 to 20 minutes, cover to make the process quicker, and then we lightly marinate our fish with just salt and turmeric. Then we spoon out about 4 tablespoons of the fat that floats to the top of the can, set it aside, add the rest of it to our stock and leave it to simmer, adding a bit of laksa leaves or kaffir lime leaves. In the meantime, we get on with all the other paste ingredients. You'll find the full list of ingredients below this recipe. Place all the spice paste ingredients into a food chopper and then chop it to a fine paste. Remember those red chilies? Drain them, give them a quick rinse, get rid of the seeds if you want. Add them along with laksa leaves if you have access to them. If not, some kaffir lime leaves without the middle vein. Process everything to a fine paste like this. Now, let's get cooking. Heat the oil on medium heat and fry our spice paste for a good 10 minutes on medium to medium-low heat. If it's browning too much, we want to get to a stage where there is a clear separation between oil and paste, called pecah minyak in Malay. And then we add our rice, stir well to coat the rice grains with the spice paste, and then here comes the fun part. We add our stock and coconut milk mix little by little, a quarter cup at a time. Stir until it's absorbed. Add some more. If you're too impatient, all right, let's go with half a cup each time. Keep stirring for a good 18 to 20 minutes until your risotto is done. Creamy, but the rice grain just having a tiny little bite. The higher your fat content, the longer it will take your rice to cook. When it's all done, turn the heat off. Add that cream that we reserved and stir vigorously. This is called Mantecatura. Read more about Mantecatura below. And that's it. In the last 5 minutes of cooking the risotto, or when you're completely done if you're not too sure about time, fry your fish with the skin side going down second to get a crispy skin. And that's it. Dish up your risotto, top with your fried fish, or whatever topping you like. I'll give you suggestions below the video. And then add a little bit of sambal, a bit of lime, a wedge of lime. In this case, I'm using half a calamansi lime. And that's it. See how creamy that texture is, but the rice grains will still have a bit of a bite. So, easy, right? So easy. How do you serve risotto? Outside of Italy and outside of Italian homes, risotto is quite often served, or more often than not served as a main dish. So that's what we are doing with today's Laksa Risotto. That's how we're treating it. So as you can see here, when we were done with the risotto recipe, we topped it with a simply fried piece of fish, a bit of sambal, and a lime. I've got calamansi lime here, which I grow, which is very, very traditional for so many of our noodle and rice dishes and various other things in Singapore and Malaysia. But of course, any lime will suffice. Cook it just before you serve if you can, but if you can't, risotto heats up so beautifully. All you need to do is have a little bit of stock or water, perhaps 2 to 4 ladles, add it to your risotto, stir again to reheat, and then dish up immediately, top with your fried fish, and serve it up. Do you know what this is perfect for? Christmas and Easter. It is a grand old dish, so treat it as such. Make it for a special occasion. However, there's nothing to say that you cannot make it for a lazy Sunday lunch or dinner, and most definitely when you have friends over. All the flavors of Southeast Asia in just that one bite. Perfectly cooked rice, a little creamy with just a hint of bite, as risotto should be, and the full-on flavor of the spice paste that we made from scratch. The laksa spice paste, or rempah as we would say it in the Malay language, and used by every ethnic group in Singapore and Malaysia. It is a little bit spicy because I think I used about 10 red chillies, and my red chillies are not my standard Kashmiri chillies. They were slightly spicier. So you can control the amount of heat, how spicy it is, because, and don't forget, we are going to be topping our risotto with a little bit of sambal. What sambal? Whatever you happen to have at hand. I'll give you the links for all the sambals you can use to top here. If you don't have sambals at home, sambal ole, shop-bought sambal ole will do too, or make your own right there. Takes just a few minutes. Want to keep this vegetarian? Okay. So it's not going to be strictly laksa flavor because we'll have to take out the shrimp paste and the dried shrimp, but use everything else and you are going to have a vegetarian or vegan risotto. Naturally, don't top it with a fried fish. Now, if you're making this laksa risotto, but you don't want to top it with fish, that's fine. Lightly fry some prawns, shrimp, in a little bit of oil with a bit of turmeric, salt, and that's it. Top your laksa with your fried prawns or fried tofu. So many ways to finish our laksa risotto with. So there you go. Laksa risotto, a fusion Italian and Malay stroke Nyonya dish. If you make it, let me know what you think. Got any questions? Drop me a line. As usual, like the video, subscribe, turn your notification bell on so you'll know when I've got a new recipe up, usually from Singapore or Malaysia or a Middle Eastern recipe. Enjoy! I shall see you guys real soon.